of your topic are very simple. So the final phase of your topic is the out of Africa hypothesis. Right. So once again, we're talking about the out of Africa hypothesis. You should have made sure that you understood the concepts around cultural evidence. You should have understood the concept around a human evolution throughout all of the similarities, the differences, and whatnot. So the out of Africa hypothesis, it is still a hypothesis. Remember, guys, the difference between a hypothesis and a theory. A hypothesis is just a tentative explanation of a observations. You're just explaining something that you are observing without any evidence to back it up. So it becomes a hypothesis, right? But when we look at a theory has quite a lot of experiments that have been done and a lot of tests that have been done to be able to validate it as a theory. So a theory is more like it was a hypothesis before you started experimenting on it. So the out of Africa hypothesis, it states that all modern humans, they originated in Africa and then they migrated out of Africa to the rest of the world. So the out of Africa hypothesis, that's what it states, that all the modern humans that we have, the people that we have in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, in Australia, in North America, in South America as well, and in all other, continents out there, all the people that live right now, all the humans, they actually evolved in Africa, or maybe all of them, they originated in Africa, rather. So this is important for you. Know how to state the out of Africa hypothesis. So I'm just going to write it down here in a more clearer way so that you guys can be able to answer it. So whenever they say state the out of Africa hypothesis, whenever they say state the out of Africa hypothesis, the main points to include is that the out of Africa hypothesis states that modern humans, this is the wrong spelling, of course. So it states that modern humans, so the modern humans that we have right now, the Homo sapiens, they originated in Africa, originated in the African continent, in Africa, and then or you can say, but then migrated to other parts of the earth, migrated other parts of, let's just say other parts of the earth rather than the world. Yeah, so basically the out of Africa hypothesis states that modern humans originated in Africa. So it's modern humans, they originated in Africa, but then they migrated to other parts of the earth. So it's usually 3 marks whenever it's graded. The most important thing is for you to clearly mention that whenever you want to talk about the out of Africa hypothesis, we believe that the humans that we have, the Homo sapiens, they originated in Africa. So we believe that life actually began in Africa. And then after life began in Africa, now these now migrated to other parts of the world. They migrated to other parts of the earth or to other parts of the world. So it's still a hypothesis because it hasn't been like completely proven. It hasn't been like, there have been less experiments that have been done. Okay, there's not that much evidence for the scientific community to classify it as a theory, but modern humans originated in Africa. I don't know if you guys believe that modern humans, all Homo sapiens on Earth, they migrated in Africa and then they moved to other parts of the world. Would you say that you believe that?
Yes, I would say I believe it.
Why do you believe it? Is it because you're African?
No, sir. It's because of, also what the Bible said once.
Okay, what did it say? I wonder which part, at the beginning in Genesis, yeah?
No, I mean when Adam and Eve were kicked out, say, like yeah.
But they were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Nah, yeah, like out of the Garden of Eden. Or maybe would you say that the Garden of Eden was actually like a parable of what Africa is or what?
Oh yeah, yeah. Said the time they built the large tower, yeah, and then
Or
their
the Tower of
languages
Babel?
were separated.
Or the
Yeah,
Tower of Babel?
that's
Nice.
what yeah.
Nice, nice. At some point, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at and study this, evolution theory, the same time you look at a religion, you look at beliefs of how we originated, you always see links. You always see links and common links and common links. Yeah. If you just take different beliefs, different religions, different spiritual systems, and also take scientific facts as well. Okay, the so-called facts of course, if you put them in one place, you can identify common things of how humans originated. But you can never really have like a complete idea of how things happened. That is why you have to like believe one thing over the other. Okay, yeah. But the idea is there is always a link. Okay, there is always a link. But that is what out of Africa hypothesis states that modern humans, they all originated in Africa, but then migrated to the rest of the world. So there are other people who push, Africanism to some point, and they will be like they will be even pointing out at current evidences, and sometimes all of that brings racism and whatnot, and it's definitely not what we desire as humans. So sometimes, some theories they kind of lead to debates, race concerns, and whatnot. Yeah, because they are not culturally suitable for us. But yes, as scientific evidences do sometimes, support the hypothesis of the out of Africa hypothesis that all modern humans they originated here in Africa and then they migrated out of the Africa to the other parts of the world. Okay, so we'll just try to see what evidences can we point out for us to actually say that happened. Okay, so we are in this part here on our examination guidelines. We are here, the out of Africa hypothesis, right? Okay, when you state it, modern humans, right, originated in Africa and then migrated to other continents or to other parts of the world. So that's 3 marks usually. Okay. So now there is evidence, however, there is evidence that you know, most like all the modern humans, they actually originated from Africa. Although the evidence, the scientific community says is not enough. The first evidence that we have, it is the Ardipithecus species. The Ardipithecus species, which is the oldest species that have been found, the fossils of Ardipithecus, which is Ardipithecus ramidus, it was found in Africa only. Okay, so when we look at a Ardipithecus, whenever you want to answer the question, what's most important when you mention the evidence there, don't just say Ardipithecus was found in Africa. Don't get it wrong, okay? Write it like in a clear manner. Let's just look at the evidences. Okay. So we're looking at the evidences of the out of Africa hypothesis. What evidence can we use to back up the claim of the out of Africa hypothesis? We are going to say that Ardipithecus, all the fossils of Ardipithecus, in this case, we know that Ardipithecus ramidus, the oldest fossil that has been found, which is like around 5.2 million years ago, Ardipithecus ramidus fossil was found in Africa only. It's very important to mention the only. If you don't mention the only, you lose all the marks. The most important part here is the only. Why is the only most important? Because we are trying to back up the claim that all modern humans came from Africa and then they migrated to other parts of the other continents or other parts of the world. So it's very important for you to state clearly that Ardipithecus ramidus fossil, or the remains of Ardipithecus ramidus, were not found in any other parts of the world or in any other continent, but they were found specifically in Africa. The fact that paleontologists and anthropologists they were able to find these fossils in Africa only kind of gives an idea that their roots, because the Ardipithecus ramidus, it is the oldest fossil that we have in the fossil record. When you look at the fossil record, Ardipithecus is the oldest one. The name Ardipithecus means the root or the floor, as I explained just 2 days back. So basically, Ardipithecus ramidus fossil was found in Africa only. It's very important to say the only there to show that it was found in Africa only. So if the oldest species or if the oldest fossil was found in Africa only, we can believe that indeed life originated in Africa. Okay, so this is the first evidence that you're going to capture. And then you take the other ones here, right on your examination guideline. Now we go to Australopithecus. The fossils of Australopithecus, we're talking about your Australopithecus afarensis, Australopithecus africanus, as well as Australopithecus sediba. Those three. Those are the major ones. Even the Australopithecus robustus paranthropus as well. They were all found in Africa only. By the way, the only there is the most important thing to mention. That's how your exam guideline puts it out. So your Australopithecus species as well. All the species of Australopithecus. Your Arabo is Australopithecus sediba. It's a fossil of Australopithecus sediba. If we look at Lucy, which is Australopithecus afarensis, it was found in Ethiopia in the Rift Valley in 1974. When you look at Littlefoot still found in Africa as well. Taung Child, Mrs. Place, most of them being found in the Rift Valley and in South Africa. Those are the two most common places. So you are fortunate to be in a country, to be citizens of South Africa, because we are like in a country whereby most of the life, like the origin of life is seeming to come from, like the origin of life seems to come from Africa. And specifically, most of the fossils that have been discovered, they have been discovered in the Rift Valley and in South Africa. So you mentioned that as well in the same style. You mentioned the Australopithecus as well. Okay, you mentioned the Australopithecus species as well. But the Australopithecines, or you can just say Australopithecus. So the Australopithecus fossils, the fossils of Australopithecus genus, such as your Arabo, you can mention examples, your Arabo, your Lucy, etc. These ones were found in Africa only as well. These ones were found in Africa only. It's very important for the only, guys. If you just say they were found in Africa, you won't get any mark, trust me. Okay. These are evidences that you should mention by the only. The only is the most important keyword because it emphasizes that they could not have been found in any other place beside in Africa. Okay, so we're looking at the fossil record here, and we're trying to find out what are the evidences that points that prove or that try to support this hypothesis of out of Africa. When we look at the Homo fossils, okay, so when we look at the Homo fossils of Homo habilis, they were found in Africa only. So when we look at Homo habilis was found in Africa only, right? When we look at Homo erectus, the oldest fossils of Homo erectus, they were found in Africa as well. But don't say it's Africa only, because Homo erectus was also found in other places, not only in Africa. And also the earliest species of Homo sapiens, they were found in Africa. Okay, so let's just make a clear distinction here so that you don't get confused. Homo habilis was found in Africa only. The oldest fossils of Homo sapiens and Homo erectus, they were found in Africa. Just say Africa. Why do you just say Africa? It's because Homo sapiens and Homo erectus, they were not only found in Africa only. They were also found in other parts of the country, the other parts of the world, of course. So the oldest, but we know that the oldest ones, the ones that existed before the ones found in other parts of the world, those ones, the oldest ones, they were found in Africa. then the younger ones, they were found in other parts of the world. So when you are mentioning the Homo species, Great Halls, what's most important here when I'm mentioning the Homo species, mention that Homo habilis was found in Africa only. So Homo habilis, I'm just going to write H habilis. So Homo habilis was found in Africa only. So the fossil of you can just say Homo habilis fossil. That's the most important thing. The remains of Homo habilis were found. So Homo habilis fossil was found in Africa only. Okay, Africa only. This is 1 mark separate. Okay, that's Homo habilis found in Africa only. When you look at Homo erectus and Homo sapiens, the Homo erectus and Homo sapiens, they were also found in other parts of the world, but we know that the oldest ones, the oldest Homo sapiens, the oldest Homo erectus, the oldest Homo erectus and the oldest Homo sapien fossils were found in Africa. Don't say Africa only, in Africa. So you can now say that oldest, for this one, you mentioned that oldest. So the oldest fossils of what? The oldest fossils of Homo erectus, the upright man, Homo erectus, and Homo sapiens. The oldest fossils of Homo erectus and Homo sapiens were found in Africa. This one is enough, or you can just back up your claim and say that while the youngest ones were found in other parts of the world. Because imagine, guys, if the oldest fossils were found in Africa and the younger ones were found in other parts of the world, that can be able to back up the claim that, like life originated in Africa, then those started to move away from Africa. That is why, Homo erectus were able to find it in other parts of, like, the younger species or the younger fossils of Homo erectus were found in other parts of the world. Okay. So it kind of supports that the oldest, like the old Homo erectus, and the old Homo sapiens, these ones were found in Africa. Then they migrated now. We can say that the Homo sapiens and Homo erectus, they migrated from the what? From the continent. And Homo erectus was bipedal, and he was upright. He was an upright man. So he had an upright posture. He could stand on 2 legs. So it makes sense that he was able to migrate from Africa and move to other parts of the world, to other parts. Okay. And that is why we are finding younger versions of Homo erectus and Homo sapiens. Like the younger fossils, you find them in other parts of the world. So other continents. When you look at other continents, when you look at like Homo erectus and Homo sapiens, the younger fossils, you find them in those other continents, which shows that the older fossils existed in Africa, then they migrated. So you can also add that as part of the statement and say that the oldest fossils of Homo erectus and Homo sapiens were found in Africa, whilst the youngest in other parts of the world. Does this make sense, guys? Why is this evidence of out of Africa hypothesis? Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Yes. So whilst the youngest were found in other parts of the world, or in other parts of the continent, were found in other continents. Okay, were found in other continents. This already proves that a Homo erectus, especially Homo erectus, is the one that is believed to have migrated from Africa and went to other parts of the world. But here, don't say Africa only, just say Africa, so that you can be able to mention the other part here. Okay, I hope that you understand, guys. Do we all understand the fossil evidence of out of Africa hypothesis? How do we back up the claim? Do you guys understand it?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. So, guys, this is the fossil evidence, by the way. Let me just give a highlight. The evidence that we have at first, this one is known as the fossil evidence. So, let me just try to do something like this so that H, K, no. Okay, it's fine. It's not going to work. All right. So, this one is the fossil evidence. Just note it down. If you're making your notes right now, just mention that all of this is the fossil evidence. It is the fossil evidence. Okay. I'm just going to write out of the page here. This is the fossil evidence of out of Africa hypothesis. Okay. Why do we say it's a fossil evidence? Because you can see that this is like coming from from your fossil record. When you look at the fossil record, the fossils that we found so far, the fossils of Ardipithecus, the fossils of Australopithecus, the fossils of Homo, all of these fossils here, all of these fossils that we have in our fossil record, they can be used as evidence to back up the claim that modern humans originated in Africa, but then they migrated to other parts of the earth or to other parts of the world. Clear? Now let's go to the other evidences, because this evidence is just based on the fossils, right? That's why I had to classify it specifically as fossil evidence. But there are other evidences that still prove that humans originated in Africa. The modern humans, they originated in Africa. And this is the genetic evidence. So we also have the genetic evidence for out of Africa hypothesis. So the first one that I gave you, the first type of evidence that I gave you, it is the fossil evidence, whereby you explain based on the fossils that we have in our record, your Ardipithecus, your Australopithecus, your Homo habilis, your Homo erectus, and your Homo sapiens. Those 5. When you explain those 5, you're explaining the fossil evidence based on the fossils that were discovered by paleontologists and your archaeologists and your anthropologists, all of those. But now, when we look at the genetic evidence is also playing a role to be able to describe the out of Africa hypothesis, or to be able to support the out of Africa hypothesis. So genetic evidence, what form of genetic evidence are we using to be able to prove that all modern humans, they existed, they originated in Africa, then moved to other parts? It is the mitochondrial DNA. All right. Now, let's go to a bit of genetics. You guys still remember genetics, right? That the mitochondrial DNA, when you study mitochondrial DNA, it is passed on from your maternal lineage. You still guys remember that if you want to test for paternity, like if you want to test who's your father, you are going to use nuclear DNA, because the DNA that you have in the nucleus of your cells, it is coming from your father. It's coming from your father, because it is the nucleus of the father that fuses with that one of the mother, and eventually things happen. You know, guys, the processes there during reproduction and genetics. Okay. But the DNA that is found inside your mitochondrion, because your mitochondrion, each mitochondrion in your cell, it consists of empty DNA, mitochondrial DNA. So the mitochondrial DNA, it is passed down your maternal line. So mitochondrial DNA, I'm going to say that this is passed down via the maternal lineage, or the maternal line. So your maternal line, we're talking about your mother. So this is your mother lineage. So the mother lineage, obviously, we're talking about all the female mothers that you could have had, your female ancestors. When you talk about your female ancestors, it's your mom, your gogo, your great gogo, all of that, like your mother lineage. So when you got your mitochondrial DNA from your mom got it from her mom, which is your grandmother, from your mother's side. And then your grandmother from your mother's side got it from your great grandmother as well. Like that, that's how the chain continues. So mitochondrial DNA, it shows us it is passed down via the maternal line from mother to mother, mother to mother, yeah, like mother to child, mother to child, mother to child. So it has never changed, by the way, guys. It doesn't change. Maternal DNA, like the mitochondrial DNA found inside the mitochondria, it does not change because imagine, guys, we have got one mother here. We have got one mother here, passes on the DNA to their child. Let's just say the child is going to be a mother as well. Okay, mother two. And then the mother two passes on the same DNA to the next one, mother three. Like continuing to pass on the same DNA. It will not change except if there's a mutation. That is when we're going to have changes. Otherwise, when you look at the mitochondrial DNA, if we don't have any changes in the gene structure, then we are just going to say that it's going to remain the same throughout. So how does that prove the out of Africa hypothesis? Okay, so when we look at the mitochondrial DNA, geneticists, they use mitochondrial DNA to study human origins, migration, since the mtDNA is passed unchanged. Exactly what I was emphasizing, grade 12. The mtDNA is not changed. It's just passed the way it is from mother to offspring. So from mother to offspring. However, during a person's life, mutations can happen. So there can be changes. Remember, mutations, we can have a gene mutation, what you learned in DNA, whereby maybe your adenine changes to your cytosine. Now your gene structure is different. So a mutation can happen, a change to the mtDNA can happen. So mutations can happen during your lifetime. You receive the DNA from your mother, but it changes over time due to mutations. Okay. So now when the scientists study these mutations, they are able to say, no, man, the mutations on the mitochondrial DNA, they show that all of us are coming from one mother, and the mother is from Africa. Okay, all of us are coming from one mother, and the mother is from Africa. That is the whole point. Like the mutations, guys, the changes in the DNA structure, they can be traced back. You can be able to trace what changes happened to the mitochondrial DNA during your lifetime. What changes happened? What are the mutations that happened? So at this point, when you see what changes happened and you keep on tracing them back then, you are going to trace it down the maternal mtDNA lineage. And you are going to see that we all originated from a female ancestor, and that female ancestor was from Africa. So that is how mitochondrial DNA kind of that kind of shows that modern humans moved. Okay, so basically, based on these markers, the non-African populations, the populations outside of Africa, your other races, they do what? The scientists believe that the modern humans, they moved out of Africa, like from about 60 to 70,000 years ago. That is when we started moving out, like your Homo erectus and your Homo sapiens. That's when they started moving out of Africa. And it's still a hypothesis though, but it has evidences, as I'm stating. So the next evidence that we're going to consider is genetic evidence. And specifically, the genetic evidence that we need to talk about here, it is the mitochondrial DNA. Okay, so you can mention the first point that mtDNA is passed down, or it is passed from mother to offspring. So the mtDNA is passed down from mother to offspring, unchanged, or maybe it's not changed. It's passed down exactly as it is. Okay, so the mitochondrial DNA is passed down from mother to offspring exactly as it is. So this is from mother to offspring exactly as it is. And then you mentioned that mutations may occur. Those are the first two statements: mutations on mitochondrial DNA, okay, during the lifetime of an organism, okay, yeah, of the human, during lifetime. Okay, so what's most important about writing this statement? You are acknowledging that mitochondrial DNA, it is being passed down the maternal line, and there are mutations that can happen to this mtDNA. And then if those mutations happen, what will happen next? That's the most important thing. When scientists study these mtDNA, so they study on mtDNA mutations, when they study the mutations that happen on the mitochondrial DNA mutations, study on the mtDNA mutation indicate a common female ancestor, or indicate a female ancestor from Africa, or originating in Africa. Okay, so you're going to write it in your own simple terms, but I'm just giving you the main idea and the main keywords. What's most important here, grade 12s, mention that mitochondrial DNA, it has to be passed down from mother to what? To offspring. And this DNA, mitochondrial DNA, it is passed down unchanged. It's not changed. It's passed down exactly the way it is. And then there are mutations that can happen. There are changes that can happen to the gene structure. So there are changes that can happen to the gene structure on this mitochondrial DNA during the lifetime of an organism. You can write it in your own terms, grade 12s, but the most important thing, mention this thing, mention the same context to say mitochondrial DNA is being passed down from mother to offspring, but mutations can happen on that mitochondrial DNA. So studying those mutations, the study that has already been done on those mutations, a study that has already been done on the mutations on these mitochondrial DNA, they indicate or they trace back to a female ancestor or to a mother ancestor who originated in Africa. So this gives an idea that gives an idea to the examiner that you understand that modern humans, they are coming from what? They are coming from one African female. So if we look, even if you take someone maybe from another continent, non-African person, and then you were to look at their mitochondrial DNA, study the mutations on the mitochondrial DNA, they are going to indicate that they have a similarity to an oldest female ancestor, which is our mother from Africa. I don't know, maybe it is what you call Mother Africa or something, but this is an out of Africa hypothesis. Okay. Do you guys all understand though?
Yes.
Yes. So yes, let's just say that is what we have in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. You guys just need to do the rest of the work. I'm going to put activities for you. So these are your activities here. I blend them very nice and clear. These are your activities. You attempt each one of these activities. You do. I'm still going to make even more activities and put them up for you guys. You study them in preparation for your trial exams, but all in all, I wish you all the best. May we have a prayer before we close the session. Let's just close our eyes and say, Lord, semazulini siyabonga ngcwele noSiphiwe amandla sula namhlanje. Sicela Nkosi niwasesilala Baba, ube nawo wonke umfundo khona nkulunkulu kule call Baba. Umbusise nkulunkulu umnikeze indlela Baba, susa bonke ubumnyama lezo khanya ngakho Nkosi. Yonke into unkulunkulu ayifundayo makumcacele Nkosi ngoba Baba senzele wakho umbuso. Ngokukhanya ukuthi kuvele nkulunkulu. Ube nathi Baba. Namhla kuzophatha phakade ekulaleni kwethu Nkosi inkopho esicimezile ungasishiyi Nkosi yami. Ube nathi Baba size sifuye Baba singabaphilayo. Amen. Good night, everyone. We'll see each other. When we see each other, I think that's going to be on Friday.
Good night, sir.
Sharp, sharp.